So we're here today with our patient Peter Rutter, who is an architect and has more recently branched out into other various forms of art. Now, I can remember having a chat with you in our waiting room, and you were telling me about this project that you were doing of all of the buildings in Castle Street, and I remember being particularly interested because you said that you'd counted almost every brick in Castle Street. And so very kindly Peter's asked us to come along today to have a look and talk to us a little bit about it. So tell us a bit about it, Peter.
Years ago, when I was at Art College, it's now a university, this is in Brighton,
Lovely.
One of the first things we had to do was to do a measured drawing of the buildings on the seafront. Mm-hmm. Each student would have to do one building, and which we did, and they were all put together as a complete street scene. And I don't know why, walking up and down Castle Street, which is an amazing street, which is more or less original in its entirety, and has a wonderful variation of different buildings, different styles. I suddenly thought, I wouldn't mind having a go at measuring one of these. So I started off with one building, and then I thought I'd do the next building, and then the next building. Let's go across the road and measure up the almshouses, which looks really nice, and the pub. And gradually, I thought, well, that's it. I might as well finish it now. The drawings were then scanned with our scanner over here, and then Sam then photoshopped the drawings. But what he did was to not just colour them, but revisit the whole street and get the hue of the brick, how the bricks vary, the colour of the roofs.
It's all slightly different shades, aren't they?
They're all slightly different shades. You know, some are plain tile roofs, some are slate roofs, and so the subtlety of that, but it was taken at one point in time, at a point in time, which is now a historical record of the street. Things have changed since.
Yes.
I think Lloyd's Bank is now the Teller's Arms.
It is, yes.
But anyway, that is frozen in time.
So this is...
This is...
this one.
Which is Truman and Grundy. And this one is what is now...
Bill's now, isn't
Bill's.
it? I think? Yeah.
Whereas it used to be...
Robert Dyas.
Robert Dyas.
Yes.
So we took these drawings, they were scanned in, and Sam, my son, then photoshopped it.
Wow.
And in Photoshop it, he then looked at all the colours. So all the bricks are different colours, and the renders are different colours, the roof tiles are different colours, and so this is as accurate as we can get, a representation of both sides of Castle Street.
Every building.
Every single building. Every brick.
Astonishing.
From top to bottom. And even the heights of the roof, I counted the number of bricks to the side, so I could then get the height of the roof correct. I've also done is to draw the various, I suppose, what I think is Farnham, the spirit of the place, the genius loci.
So this is the Lion and Lamb.
So this is the Lion and Lamb looking down towards the what you've got the restaurants on the left, and that's the and the wine bar. Oh yes, I think my wife likes the wine bar, and so that looks down. And one of the things is that, what do you draw? Do you draw everything? Do you draw every single cobble? Do you draw part? And part of the skill is to, I suppose, determine what you think is the spirit of the place, and then stop. But then Sam has looked at it, and he's photoshopped it and coloured it, to try and get a kind of a more contemporary, clean image, as opposed to a watercolour, which is very nice. But it's and for instance, we haven't coloured in the lampposts, and when you go around Farnham, this is a recurring theme. There's lampposts everywhere in Farnham, but they also kind of give it scale and give it foreground. But going on from here, we can now offer each person in Castle Street a view of their own house.
Wow.
So this is
an amazing house, isn't
Guildford
it?
House at the top, which was probably one of the most difficult to draw. Yeah. You asked me the question quite how we're going to present this. Yeah. So I'm not quite sure. Okay. So whether we end up with a pop-up shop or whether we can exhibit them somewhere, I'm not quite sure. But we will see.
So that's it. So thank you very much for having us, Peter. Peter Rutter, local architect, and our lovely patient, of course.
Thank you very much, and good job I haven't got toothache.